Mauricio has had a struggle this season to get himself into the battle action. Let's see if he can do it at the last event of the year. He said he felt confident, more confident than ever after practice. Let's see if he can get it done.
Yeah, look at this as he comes off the line. He looks confident, he looks aggressive as he flicks that S15 towards the wall, tags the wall before that start of scoring. Now in the outside zone, you can see him on the left foot brake, just flashing the brake lights against the wall. Very nice on that inside zone, and very nice on that inside zone. Akiba looks like he's in the zone this weekend. Well, he's in that one, that's for sure, as Akiba puts the back end of this S15 right to the wall, and he'll be thinking, why couldn't I have done this all year? But it's all come together at the last round for Akiba. He goes a little wide there, but that is only one little chink in the armour so far for me, because this looks incredible from the Japanese driver now as he looks for the last outside zone. Akiba applies the throttle on the left foot brake, balances that car on the wall across the line.
Goes right, has the capabilities, has the machinery. Can he get it done for Lithuania?
And there he goes off the line. Benediktas Čerba, already aggressive, already putting that car right where it needs to be across the circuit. Freshly wet circuit. What can Čerba do? Into the outside zone nice and early. Look at that. Not too deep, not too shallow. Gets it right where the judges wanted to see it. Now, how can he do on this inside zone? Absolutely perfect. Doesn't touch the wall, keeps it clean as Čerba now fires into this long outside zone. Puts the back end and the tailgate and the spoiler right close to the wall, but doesn't flex them, just grazes the tail light along the wall. This is incredible from Čerba at the moment. Absolutely textbook, and what we like to see from the Lithuanian as he gets into the second to last outside zone. A little check-up that makes it work. Does flex the tailgate that time. Now starts to apply the pressure. Dials on the angle across the line.
But he's got to start here in qualifying, and hopefully no gremlins here for Shanahan.
No, here we go from Jack Shanahan. He said he was happy earlier on in practices. He'll join himself and sets that car up lovely in that first outside zone and puts the back bumper right to the wall. Now Shanahan through down the treacherous part, looks to put the front bumper nice and close to the wall. Big handbrake drag though as he slows that car down and gets to the outside zone a little late. As Shanahan now keeps the back end away from danger, starts to flex the fiberglass or carbon Kevlar on the back end of this GT86 along the wall as he transitions and looks for the second to last outside zone. And Shanahan absolutely clinical there as he follows a really nice line into that zone. Keeps foot flat to floor as he puts the back end and the wheel on the wall across the line.
Very nearly did.
Nearly.
But you know what? I think he'd take 50,000 people in the Big A as a good consolation. Visconti firing into that first corner. Very aggressive, and that's the wow factor. Into that first corner, up and got it. Very, very fast. Visconti coming in, absolutely flying. Let's see what he does in this inner zone. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then he goes to that outer zone. A little bit of a wobble there, but he gets back to the outer zone, and this is a good run so far. And the thing about it, I like about it is a lot of speed, a lot of aggression. He's not just sitting on the left foot brake, he's using the momentum of the car, overshoots it a bit on the inside of the course there, gets the transition done very early, and that's the clever way to do it. But then he almost stalls up on the left foot brake there to get himself back online. Great run from Kevin Visconti as he comes across the line.
And hasn't had a sniff at a podium since. Can he do it again? Can he get one more before the end of the season? Well, here he goes off the line in this BMW 2 Series, a brand new build for 2024. And Kevin Vasseur absolutely came out of the blocks flying as he now starts to work his way through these two inner zones. And look at the way he's made that car transition through that inner zone. It's textbook from Kevin Vasseur. Gets to this outside zone nice and early, absolutely hammering the rev limiter, and you can see he keeps the back end out of danger, throws a little bit more angle at it, trying to look for this touch and go, this outside zone right to the edge of the circuit. Now fires back across, lovely line into this second to last outside zone, carries the angle, doesn't slow the car too much. He's on the foot brake, judges will be scoring him down for that, but nevertheless it's absolutely beautiful from Kevin Vasseur.
Dangerous man to come up against him. He's two podiums back to back, and he's here in front of his home fans. Pavel Korvlinski throwing big angle into this first corner as he goes wide, so he's done a lot of laps of the sim in this circuit. Again, does a really nice job there. Now, it could have been a little wider to the walls there, but really fluid. The speed I like from this. He's doing a good job of being fluid around the whole circuit here. Not taking any major risks so far, and I think that's probably the clever approach for the first half of qualifying. Very fluid, very fast. I mean, if some of the drivers that were early on in qualifying were chasing this, they'd be 20 car lengths behind at this point. Like, again, he's doing a great run, but not a phenomenal run. The little tap of the wall there, getting a little close towards the last couple of zones. But yeah, safe run, practical run. Pressure on ourselves and more pressure on Dwayne. But here we go. He's got to get himself way up the order here if he wants to even challenge for this championship. And McKeever's got to go for it and throw caution to the wind.
He certainly has. Big handbrake drag though as he gets into that first outside zone, but he makes it work as he flexes the back end, disposes the rear bumper on this S13 now as he flicks through, stays off the wall but keeps it clean now as McKeever fires back across into the outside zone nice and early. McKeever doing an incredible job at the moment, absolutely hammering the rev limiter, and it's fast from McKeever, dabbing the foot brake, making sure he takes the back end off on the wall, but doesn't flex it too hard. Very nice line in the second to last outside zone. Keeps the angle, dials a little bit more onto it as he comes into the last outside zone. A little shallow, but makes it work across the line.
High fives and smiles. He said he really wants to do what he did better than last year. He wants to qualify for the show. And Adam LZ comes off the line in that E36 BMW, throwing it wide and wild. Big angle on the initiation. Gets there late to the outer zone though. Not quite as close to the wall as he was on his first run as he comes through that inner zone and transitions back. This is where he's been excellent, and he does the same thing again. Takes the headlight out the car. Look, they're not real headlights as he goes wide. A little wobble there from LZ as he goes out to that outer zone. Keeping in the outer zone, but not perfection so far as he goes across that last outer zone. This is where it's tricky. You got to control. You can see the damage sustained to the front of the car from that inner wall clip as he comes on the front brake and levels the throttle into that last zone, using the left front brake to massage the car out. Got to step it up for Portugal here. As he comes through the gears, Correa going for that big early flick here, which seems to work. Staying on this side of the track, gets there early and wide to the edge of the track, and that is what the judges want to see. Very nice through there. Could have been a little wider. And as he transitions back, look at that, nice and close to the wall. A little bit more angle there as he tries to dial it back out for the second corner. He does a good job. Rear end of that 92. Could be closer again to that wall, but he's in the zone, which is what the judges want to see. Not taking any major risks so far, Diogo Correa, as he transitions back. Goes early here and has to just about hold it together. Perfect from Diogo Correa. Loses the boot lid, but he keeps it in the outer zone, and a solid run from Diogo Correa.
I like that. He knows if he can get into that top four and get into that qualifying showdown, he could do a little bit of an upset here. And here we go. He flicks the car from left to right, right to the edge of the circuit. He goes into the outside zone. And look at this from Vicek as he gets right to the edge of the outside zone. Now picks up that inner zone, comes through, nice line, picks up that inner zone, nice transition back on the handbrake, slows that car down perfectly into this long outside zone, just dabbing the foot brake, not doing too much, not flexing the back end off the wall, just into the zone where the judges want to see it, into that touch and go right to the edge of the circuit. Creates a perfect arc as he looks for this outside zone and a big wobble. That's the only mistake we can see as he gets to that second to last outside zone. Into the final one he goes, flexes the tail light, and
been trying to hunt down ever since. New livery this weekend, as we mentioned. Zalewski not with the perfect score, 85.5 on the first one, 26th position. Can he go higher?
Well, he's going to go for it, that's for sure, Dave. He gets to that outside zone nicely and keeps it clean, doesn't do too much damage to the back of the car now as he comes through, picks up the first and the second inside zone front bumper, millimetres away from that wall, and a nice line into outside zone 4 now as he wobbles a little bit. You can see a little correction there on the steering wheel, but deals with it. As Zalewski now comes through the centre of the circuit, pushes wide, goes right to the edge of that box, and now on the handbrake, back on the throttle he goes, sets himself up nicely, but again another wobble there as he doesn't trust the line into that outside zone, but does trust the line into this outside zone and across the line.
92 or more here. The machine has to be the machine, and he's running the wall on the way in. I didn't even know why he would do that. He's going for it.
Yeah, he is going for it. Look at this, he gets to that outside zone nice and early. Back bumper glued to the wall, big angle as he follows it round now, picks up that inside zone. He goes for a nice transition, very close to the wall, and James Dean is on an absolute flyer. He knows he needs this one. He wants those championship points. They know that Heinen isn't feeling rock steady when it tags the wall. A little wobble from Dean. He's being a little bit too aggressive right now as the Irishman comes through the centre of the circuit. A big flick. Can he get the job done? He sets himself up beautiful for the second to last outside zone, and Dean absolutely wants this. You can see in the driving he's aggressive as he puts the tail light on the wall across the line.
He has got a massive lead in the championship, but McKeever and Dean are now clawing away at it. Can Heinen step up when he needs to if he wants to be champion?
Well, he has to do it. He has to get himself in that top 4 and battle it out this evening here in the qualifying showdown. He fires in, he's absolutely on point as he runs the back end of that S13 along the wall, and it's nice on that inner zone. It's not as nice on that inner zone as he flicks it back across the circuit. It's a little tentative. He holds on to it, but he gets himself into that zone now. He works the back end of that carbon fibre S13 into the groove, into the wall, and it's a lovely line. But can he get to the outside zone 5? Of course he can. He transitions, he creates that perfect arc. He's on throttle nice and early. He's on a lovely line. It's good angle. He's flexing the bodywork. He's not taking it off. He's just showing off to the judges as he crosses the line.
You got 90.5 in the first one. He just needs to get up 2 points.
Dave, I'm just looking at it, and I think it's more complicated than what we think, to be honest with you. We're going to go back to the start line, and off the start line comes Conor Shanahan in this GT86. Oh, a little wobble there as he almost goes too deep into the wall. Keeps a hold of it though to Shanahan as he puts foot to floor now. This Toyota GT86 navigated around, nice flicker through that inside zone. On the foot brake he goes, and now into this outside zone. Balances it perfectly. Look at this, clinical from Shanahan as he puts the back bumper towards the wall, looking out the side window, making sure he's right to the edge of the circuit as he comes through, picks up that little touch and go now, creates that arc, looks for that second to last outside zone. Shanahan on a ripper, just shallows off the angle slightly, now starts to work himself into the groove, dials on the angle, onto the throttle, he goes across the line.
To smash the doors off everybody in every chase run, so be prepared for that. Here we go. Dwayne McKeever fires in. Pizarro with late initiation. Pizarro big angle. Oh, he spun it.
Yeah.
Too aggressive.
Came in way too hot.
Too aggressive from Kevin Pizarro.
Before Dwayne McKeever.
Yeah.
There was no way he was going to hold on to that.
No, Dwayne McKeever just doing what he did in the last run, just staying smooth. I mean, oh, we get the flames in the sky now. Here we go. We're warming up to the main event now.
They're giving you a little taster of what's coming tomorrow.
Flames. Bit of pyro. Watch this last corner. Things will happen probably tomorrow there as well. Not right now. But there'll be things. Oh, look at little sparkles. Yeah.
Sparkles.
Round of the championship in Spain, and he's still in the championship fight. That's how good he's been this year. Let's see how good he is behind Kvyat.
Well, look at this. Kvyat goes for it, flicks that car right across the circuit. He's going to go for a nice wide initiation. Gets that car dialed in on the outside zone. That opens the door for James Dean. Look at this, Dean into the pocket, onto the door straight away as Kvyat now flicks through that inner zone. No hitting the wall this time as Kvyat's absolutely dialed in. He's in the zone, and that's just going to open the door even more for James Dean as he tags the front wheel. This is unbelievable stuff. If this we're going to see tomorrow, every battle will be like a final, and they come through the centre of the circuit. James Dean gives Kvyat the room to manoeuvre, then jumps straight back onto the other door as they come into the second to last outside zone. Kvyat onto the wall, Dean onto the door. They go door to door and wheel to wheel across the line.
I enjoyed this one. Kvyat has not had James Dean in a battle for a very long time. I think he's going to want to prove a point here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, look at this, James Dean again. I think the lead car is going to go for these big flicks. Kvyat waits for the initiation, then gets into it, and then tags the front wheel. Both of these guys exchanging blows in this qualifying showdown battle. James Dean avoids the wall. Kvyat lets him make his move, then gets himself set up, now makes the dive onto the door, and it's almost tit for tat at the moment. There is no separating these two guys, and Kvyat glued to the side of James Dean's Nissan 200SX as they fire through. A little dip on the front brake for Kvyat as he now works his way into the groove. Dean tags the wall, Kvyat tags the wall. A little separation as Kvyat goes on the inside trying to find the side.
Run in that aren't even part of the track, but here we go. Dwayne McKeever takes off, clutches in, and here we go. Dean waiting for the initiation, waiting for that moment, and now is the time to strike as James Dean fires up onto the door.
And a big wobble from McKeever there after initiation in that first.
A little wider than he wanted to there as Dean now starts to claim back his crown here as they come around this last corner. Look at that, McKeever going out to the wall very fast from both of these guys, and I'm not sure if I even saw a little bit of smoke starting to come up there as they come through there. Dwayne McKeever firing through, and Dwayne McKeever right out to the wall. Look at this, James Dean up onto the door as they go into that last corner. Very impressive, but Dean falls back quite a bit. McKeever very fast through that side. I got ahead of myself. I was getting ahead of myself. So here we go, James Dean in that lead position. It goes way out there. McKeever struggling to just get back in there very quick, but it was an interesting initiation from James Dean as McKeever goes right up onto the door. Look at this, Dean now flirting with the inside. Scrapes the inside bumper, and McKeever, it looks so good to strike, but McKeever uses the wall and Dean as a stabilizer as he goes through the outer zone. And it's getting slippy out there as James Dean goes to the edge of the track now. McKeever's got to make the dive. Can he get the issue forced? He looks like he's got the pace in the car as McKeever goes closer than Dean did on the previous run, but McKeever makes more mistakes.